actually by asking the state attorney, please announce your presence.
Michael Rasinker for the state.
All right. I've got Gary Castillo, 20 CT 1656.
Mr. Castillo?
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You are represented by the Public Defender's Office. Mr. Wilson, please announce your presence and what would you like to do?
David Wilson for Mr. Castillo. We'd like to hear what the offer is from the state.
Okay. Mr. Rasinko, is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. It's revoke and resentence, 270 days jail with conditions outstanding and credit time served.
All right. And Mr. Wilson, did you go over the allegations in the affidavit?
I did not.
Okay, let me do that. One moment. All right, Mr. Castillo, you were placed on probation for 2 counts, DUI second offense, and a count of refusal to submit to DUI testing after prior refusal. It's alleged that you violated condition 7 of your probation by failing to refrain from the use of an intoxicant by testing positive for alcohol, allegedly with BACs of 0.076, 062, 041, 043, 042, 036, and 030 at succeeding times. It's also alleged that you violated condition 3, once again for testing positive for alcohol. The state's offer was 270 days in the Collier County Jail. Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Castillo, did you hear that?
What was the offer again?
270 days in jail. I recommend what you do is what Ms. Hall had advised me earlier, and that's enter a denial, and then Ms. Woodley will set up an appointment to meet with you and go over.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
We'll enter a denial.
All right. A denial will be entered at this time. This gentleman's next court date, we'll set it for status on
126.
January 26th at 10 o'clock. Okay, sir? All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Next one I've got is Sean Elliott Ward, 19 CT 1137.
This private attorney was just in the court before you came in, and not guilty.
All right. And who's his attorney?
Don't know.
Did he file a notice of appearance? He did not.
No, I don't see one.
All right. Sir, did you hire Mr. Zonas to represent you? All right. All right, Mr. Zonas came to the courtroom, sir, and let us know that you're going to enter a denial to the allegations at this time. So you can speak to Mr. Zonas and discuss what your next steps will be, okay? All right. We'll set this on the next court date of
January 26th, 10 a.m.
January 26th, 10 o'clock. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. NJC, is that everybody you have on my docket?
Yes, Your Honor, that was it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. And who is this gentleman in the back? What is your name, sir? Come on up, please.
That's right, sir. Take your time.
Let me get your name again, please.
Marty, M-A-R-T-Y.
Thank you very much. All right. Is your last name is Marty? Okay. This is 20MM136. All right, sir. Couple of things. Let me start by informing you what the allegations of the violation of probation are, and then we can talk about your options. All right. You were placed on probation for the offense of criminal mischief. It's alleged you violated your probation in the following ways. That you violated condition 1 by not reporting to your probation officer for the months of September and October. It's alleged you did not pay your monthly probation fees. It's alleged that you failed to make yourself available to probation to answer inquiries. by not reporting on September 1st of this year, so that you failed to comply with the instructions of your officer from a warning card that was sent on October 13th. They sent a warning card on October 13th and you didn't respond. That's the allegation. All right. So let me start with this. One thing I noticed is that the notice to appear for today that we sent was returned to us as undeliverable. Let me start by making sure we have a valid address for you. What is your current address?
My address is it's the mind if I look on my phone?
Sure. You're okay.
It just has to start.
That's all right. I appreciate you turning it off. Thank you. Speaking of which, check mine. Got to do that this morning. Here we go. Waverly Place.
5154 King Way, Circle Apartment 2904.
Did you get that?
5154. 5154.
Is it 511?
No, 5154.
5154.
King Way, Circle Apartment 2904. Area code 341.
All right. It's very important that we have your current address, because if court dates change, if we have no means of reaching out to you, sir, and you miss court, you get a warrant for your arrest. So you always make sure that we know how to reach you, okay? All right. Now that being said, let me state what the offer is to resolve the violation of probation. Go ahead, Mr. Rissett.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's revoke and resentence, 120 days jail with conditions outstanding, credit time served, and convert the restitution to a civil lien.
All right. So the state's offer is 120 days in jail. Would you like to speak with an attorney about this matter? You do have the right to have a lawyer represent you. All right. Can you afford to hire a private attorney? All right. Then here's what we're going to do. We can enter a denial today. And what that does is just gives us another court date. Okay? That new court date will be
February 2nd at 10 o'clock.
February 2nd at 10 o'clock. Since you're here in the courthouse today, please go across the hallway in the atrium to the customer service window for the clerk's office and ask for an application for the public defender's office. All right? And if you qualify, then one of these fine attorneys here will be able to start helping you with your case right away. All right?
Is the probation officer the office?
There's a probation officer standing right behind you.
Oh, correct. If I could, Your Honor,
Yeah,
Lance
yes,
Hendricks with
yes, please.
Clark County Probation. Just advise the defendant to report to probation. We have not had any contact with him since August, and those are some of the allegations.
Right.
In the affidavit that might help him move forward. Brenda, the view is the probation officer. Last week, I contacted the man with the
All right. So, Mr. Marty, so you have two things to do before you leave the building. Go apply for the public defender, stop by the probation office, and tell them you need to check in. And Mr. Hendricks told you need to stop by and check in with them today. Okay.
I mean, you don't have to, but it's up to you. He's on probation on March 25th.
All right.
When I go down there, do I have to do it between time? No.
Right.
Eventually you'll catch up with it, but just to report and show that you're okay, that's safe now.
Mr. Marty, the most important thing is that probation and the courts and all of us know how to reach you. And communicate with you.
My information, I forgot to,
I understand, but if that happens, and you're on probation, it's your responsibility to make sure probation knows how to find you, okay?
Sure.
All right, so we'll give you a new court date of,
February.
sorry, it's on the nose.
February 2nd at 10 a.m.
February 2nd, 10 o'clock. In the meantime, fill out your application, stop by probation, and we'll see you in February, okay, sir?
Thank you.
All right.
Sign those.
All right. I have one gentleman who's on Zoom, or I did. Let's see. You still there? All
Yes,
right.
I am.
Good morning, sir. What is your name, please?
Roderick Knight.
All right. This is 18MM1040. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
One moment. All right, sir. You're here for alleged violation of probation. You were placed on probation for the offense of petty theft, second or subsequent offense. It's alleged that you violated condition 1 of your probation by not reporting for the months of November and December 2018, and also for January 2019. It's alleged you did not pay your monthly probation fees. It's also alleged you failed to notify your probation officer of changing your residence or employment. State, what is the offer in this case?
The offer is revoke and resentence 180 days jail with conditions outstanding and credit time served.
All right. All right, so that's the offer, sir. It's 180 days jail. Would you like to speak with an attorney about this?
Of course.
I'm sorry?
Of course, sir.
Okay, all right. So what we can do today, sir, we can enter a denial, and we'll give you a new court date set for status, please.
January 12th at 10 a.m.
January 12th at 10 o'clock will be your next court date, okay, sir?
Yes. January 12th at 10 o'clock.
Yes. All right, so you can speak with an attorney between now and then, and we'll see you on January 12th, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, who just entered the courtroom?
His name is Tony Stockner.
All right. This is 19MM1879. Good morning, sir. Sir, you're here for an alleged violation of probation. It is alleged that you violated your probation by violating condition 2 for not paying your cost of supervision. That you violated condition 10 for failing to pay fines and court costs. You violated condition 12 for failing to provide proof of enrollment in the batterer's intervention program. And another violation of condition 12 for failing to provide proof of receiving a substance abuse evaluation and counseling. I'm going to ask the state attorney what the offer is, and we can talk about your options, okay? State?
The offer is revoke and resentence 210 days jail with conditions outstanding, credit time served.
All right. So the offer is 210 days jail. Would you like to speak with an attorney about this? All right. Can you afford to hire a private attorney? All right. Then what we can do today is we can enter a denial, which will give you a new court date. And I'd ask that you apply for the public defender's office before you leave the building today, okay? You go across the hallway in the atrium to the customer service window of the clerk's office and ask for an application for the public defender, all right, sir? And that way, if you qualify, then one of these attorneys will be able to start working on your case right away. All right, we'll see you then, sir. Next court date will be?
January 12th at 10 a.m.
January 12th, 10 o'clock. All right, that was everybody who was in the courtroom. Let's finish up the 9 o'clock docket. I've got Martha Southall, 14MM1235. Looks like Martha is represented by Ms. Roger. She filed her notice of appearance on December 22nd, so we'll enter a denial at this time. New court date will be
February 2nd at 10 a.m.
okay.
Just I thought I saw her on the 10 o'clock docket this morning too. Yeah, looking like she's on the 10 o'clock. The same case.
Really?
Yeah.
Southall?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it,
Okay.
but you know, smart bench is not always so smart.
Showing at 10 o'clock, she's on there for a clean extension.
Oh, well then let's hold off on the 9 o'clock one. Ms. Roger may come in at 10. All right, we'll get back to that. So take back everything I just did. Okay. All right. Duty, D-O-O-T-T-I-E. Branchador.
Currently dated warrants in custody.
All right. This is, hold on, let me call the case number 15 CT 2930. The folks in the electronic court reporting get real upset and we just start plowing through without letting them know which case we're talking about. All right. So 15 CT 2930 in DLC, entering in denial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, we'll set this for status, please.
January 26th at 10 a.m.
All right. All right, Laura Susan Corrado, 20 mm 601, pro se. Oh. Okay. Thank you very much. All right, we'll recall it. No rush. If she's filling out an application, we can wait. All right, Mark Becht, 20 CT 875. I know that name.
Your Honor,
We just saw him. Yes, sir, Mr. Asinko. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, I believe the wrong gentleman had been picked up on this one.
Yes,
ID.
I talked to Mr. Stewart about that the other day. There was a gentleman who was willing to get arrested on a VOP to avoid his other issues. And so he claimed to be Mr. Becht, but he's not Mr. Becht. I even showed, because the actual Mr. Becht went to trial in front of Judge Adams, and I showed Judge Adams this picture. I said, "Is this the guy who went to trial in front of you?" He said, "No." So, whatever the other gentleman's name is, who's not Mr. Becht, I had him last week at first appearances, and he gave us his name, and I don't remember what it was. So, yes, definitely not the same guy. So, all that being said, Mr. Asinko, we've got the wrong guy arrested under the name Mark Becht for this VOP. What would you like to do with this time?
One moment.
If you're requesting that the court dismiss the current VOP so you can reissue the warrant, we can do that.
One moment, Your Honor. My apologies. Yes, Your Honor. We would like to dismiss the VOP so we can reissue the warrant.
Okay. My only question is, do you want to have the warrant issued and signed first? You know, have probation prepare and have that warrant, re-signed first so there's an active warrant, or do you want me to just go ahead and do the dismissal today?
Can Mr. Hendricks get the warrant over today if he's in the courtroom?
Yes. Mr. Hendricks, do you think you can get the new VOP warrant prepared?
Yes.
Is this because it was served on the wrong person?
Correct. Yeah, we will do that.
All right.
Venus is the probation officer. She's here today. So.
All right. And who is the judge presiding over this probation?
It would be Judge Adams.
Okay. Probably the mechanically the smoothest way to do it is if probation were to bring the new warrant and order for dismissal at the same time. So, dismiss the wrongly served one and immediately issue the new one by the presiding judge.
Okay. Is this gentleman in jail now?
Mr. Becht? Mr. Becht is no, we don't know where Mr. Becht is.
Oh,
Mr. Becht was never served. The other guy was, I think it was like Bartholomew or something like that, if I recall. Yes, Bartholomew, something along those lines. He told me what his name was under oath. And so if he lied again, he's in really big trouble. But he's given us several different names. But he's the one who claimed to be Mr. Becht, who allowed himself to be arrested on this VOP, claiming the whole time he was Mr. Becht, but he just isn't. So the actual Mr. Becht needs to be served with his VOP. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just thought you mentioned that Foster had a trial or something.
Judge Adams had a trial with Mr. Becht, who was found not guilty, but he had this case where he, that's also before Judge Adams. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But Judge Adams, had a 2-day trial where he got to be face to face with the actual Mr. Beck for quite a while, so he would recognize his face. And yes, and the guy who was arrested on this VOP is not the guy who was sitting in trial in front of Judge Adams.
You're,
Clear as mud, right?
Yeah.
Your Honor?
Yes.
So would we have to send you the order dismissing, however, because Judge Adams isn't actually hearing this case right now?
Well, I mean, it's his case, so you can
Okay,
do
it
that.
is. Oh, okay.
You can do that. If you want me to do it, that's fine. I was just thinking mechanically it might be easier to do, to do it at the exact same time.
Okay.
And, Judge Adams and I talked about this last week, so he's aware of the situation.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Does that work for the state and probation?
Yes, we can just, the Judge Adams will get some set. We'll repeat it in the state.
Sure. All right.
And we'll send Mr. Hendricks a proposed order, so he can
Okay.
take it with the order.
That'll work. All right. Thank you, State. All right. Does that all that makes sense, Mr. Hendricks?
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Bartholomew will be off the hook on this VOP. He's got his own issues. And I said, I hope for his sake he told me the truth what his name was while he was sitting in the jail. And then Mr. Beck will we'll just have to go find him. All right. In the meantime, for today, let's reset this for VOP arraignments for next week.
Okay.
That way, no action is actually taken on this until we can clear all this up.
On the 5th of January.
All right. And then, was Ms. Corrado come back in the courtroom? All right. This is 20 MM 601. Smart Bench doesn't always update quickly. Can you see the, if the application was approved?
Yes, it was.
Okay, very good. All right, man. We now have the Public Defender's Office representing you.
Yes.
Ms. Hall. All right. So we're going to give you a new court date so your lawyer has a chance to work on the case a bit.
February 2nd at 10 a.m.
All right. For status, please. All right, we'll see you on February 2nd. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, and that's it for the 9 o'clock, yes?
Yes, correct.
All right. So who do we have?
So Mr. Cherry, or 10 o'clock.
All right. Does anyone mind if I switch to the 10 o'clock docket for the folks who are here? Hearing no objection? I've got Mr. Cherry, Darren Cherry, 19 MM 2026. Good morning, sir. Thank you for coming early.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's a big day.
Is it?
I should come early.
What's that?
I said it's a big day, so I'm pretty sure I should come.
Fair enough. I appreciate it.
We be quiet in the back, please.
Thank you, Aaron. All right, sir. You've been to see me a few times. Where are we at with this? Well, we've been continuing it for compliance, I assume. Mr. Hendricks?
As of looking at this yesterday, we were still waiting for the completion of counseling at our county counseling. Apparently he's back in shoot in October after being absent. This is the 5th court date for this VOP. As of today, we still don't have proof that he's completed.
Mr. Cherry?
I actually just finished yesterday, came out early in the morning.
Do you have that proof? Do you have a proof with you?
No, I have to go verify.
How far away is it?
He's at CCC right over there. That's walking distance.
You want to go get it and come back? Because you came early. We got time.
I mean, he said that he won't be until 10 anyways.
All right, we can wait. Because what happens if this gentleman comes back with proof in hand?
We would recommend to the state and the courts to dismiss the BOP if we see that.
We can dismiss your VOP today if you can provide proof to probation that you got everything done, okay? So we'll wait for you, okay? Yes, sir. But no matter what happens, come back, okay? Mr. Casassa, good morning.
Judge, how are you?
Doing well. Happy holidays to you.
Judge, I just, I noticed a trend outside that, one of the, bailiffs referred to you as Boogie Down Brown whenever I asked where which one we were.
Oh, goodness. I really hope you're kidding.
I haven't heard you. How was your Christmas?
That's good. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was actually, you know, some people might think I'm terrible for saying this, but it was kind of nice to have a solo key.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't really do anything. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't have a huge group of people. We just kind of stayed home, had dinner, did presents. It was very low stress, to be honest with you.
But sometimes the pandemic is good.
Trying to find a silver lining.
Yes, sir. Good for you.
You know, I'm not stuffed into a guest bedroom with my entire family somewhere where they don't want to be. It was actually kind of nice. Mr. Casassa, are you waiting on your client?
I'm just,
Okay.
if you remember, we decided Mr. Lael needed to be here.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
How was your holiday?
Sorry?
How was your Christmas?
You know, it was good. My wife was not happy about, we recently decided we shouldn't have all the grandkids over.
Oh,
I've got two daughters who are pregnant right now. We just thought that was a really bad idea.
oh, congratulations, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. That's number 8 and 9 from number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun for you
I'll feel
under
that.
normal circumstances. What? Said it's fun for you under normal circumstances.
Yeah. We actually had a 3-foot one last night. The mom's going in for a cesarean here soon, so we're gonna be watching it, so we've never been away from home.
Oh, well, how old?
We had a blast.
How old?
He is, was 3, just roughly, it's 2 or 3. Yeah, I'm in track, let me tell you.
Oh, the 9 grandkids, you can see how.
I think he's 3.
Yeah.
You know, my wife, a lot of tears flowing over the holidays. Get together with one thing she was.
What is it? I understand why people would disagree with my assessment.
Yeah.
But
That was easy for me.
yeah, well, I know. I felt really bad for my mother-in-law. There was originally we had plans where my wife's gonna take the kids up.
Did you make the mistake yet?
Yeah, it's done. That's why I did not do my disclosure.
I noticed that yesterday.
Oh, okay.
4 years I've been doing that every day.
She left the state attorney's office.
Not the state, no. We did not deport her from the state of Florida. But she is no longer a state attorney, so I don't have to. But within a week of that, apparently there was already a conflict with her new firm that I had to make a disclosure on.
Who's she working?
Han Lozier.
Okay, yeah, big firm.
Their main office is in Cleveland, but they got offices all around the country.
You know, she's one I never thought would leave.
A lot of people said that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people leave it.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if that's indicative or something, or just.
no, at least not for my wife. It was not anything against the state attorney's office in any way, shape, or form. It was purely just an opportunity presented itself that was unexpected. And sometimes you just take the opportunities when they're handed to you. There's a partner over there who I became quite friendly with because our kids are in dance together. And my wife just went out to have a couple drinks there one night, just talk about what being a partner at a big private firm is like with little kids. And they had a long conversation. She goes, you know what? We really need a good trial lawyer in our litigation division. And it went from there.
Well, she doesn't know how to track case.
Yeah. And that's just it, you know. My wife has tried far more cases than any, you know, than almost any civil practitioner you're going to meet, just by the nature of her job.
Remember the first trial you and I had was with Brian Ashby?
Yes.
Have you seen Mr. Ashby lately?
No.
Shaved his head.
Well, he's got twins,
I didn't recognize him.
so he may not have shaved it. His hair may have all just fallen out. You ready to go? Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Casassa, you were reading page. All right, good morning, ma'am. Sorry, I did not know you were ready. Mr. Casassa, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call case. Thank you. All right, and your client's name, please.
Ashley Silas, 2019 CC 2430.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
All right, yes, Ms. Hall.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, could I get the case number again? I couldn't hear Ms. Hall.
Sure, no problem. It's 19 CT 2430.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
She's going to be entering an admission today. The terms of the charge are revoked and resentence for offense.
All right. Mr. Cinco, did you hear that? Do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, do you want to enter an admission today to those terms?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a chance to go over an admission form with your client? All right. Then as soon as he signs it, you can do a copy. All right. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Put your hand down, please. Mr. Cinco, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Ma'am, can I please get your full name and date of birth?
Ashley Donatella. Oh, May 20th, 1986, sorry.
You're okay.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
No,
Are you taking any medication?
no,
Do you suffer from any mental illnesses?
no,
Do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, you may be subjected to removal or deportation as a result of this plea?
I do.
Do you understand that if you're deported as a result of this case, it will not be the basis to withdraw this plea?
I do.
Do you need any additional time to discuss any of this with counsel?
You need to talk to your lawyer anymore?
no, I don't.
Okay.
Do you admit to being placed on probation for DUI second with property damage, which is count 3, and count 4 was DUI second offense with damage to person or property?
She said yes.
Sorry. Were the terms and conditions of your probation explained to you?
Yes,
Did you understand them?
yes,
Do you admit to violating conditions, failing to pay fines and court costs?
I do.
Do you understand the rights you're giving up by entering this admission?
Yes,
Do you understand you will not have a hearing in this matter?
yes,
Have you discussed this plea with your attorney?
yes,
Are you satisfied with your attorney's advice?
yes.
Your Honor, the state tenders the plea.
All right. I've reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there is a sufficient factor based on me. I have considered the colloquy and find the admission to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entered. Therefore, will accept the admission and post sentence as follows. Starting with count 3, with the original charge being DUI second offense with damage to person or property. Probation is hereby revoked. You'll be resentenced to adjudication of guilt. Time served. $50 public defender fee, $50 cost of prosecution. Count 4, once again for the original charge of DUI second offense with damage to person or property. probation is hereby revoked to be resentenced to adjudication of guilt, time served, and otherwise concurrent cause, or composite cause, excuse me. All right, good luck to you, man. Take care. That's it. All right, and who is this gentleman that walked in? Okay, and his name, please?
Charles Moore.
All right, Mr. Moore, come on up, please. This is 19MM 19MM1073. Good morning, sir. All right. So it looks like you had been here a couple of times. Last time you were here, looks like Judge Adams had provisionally appointed a public defender's office.
Yes. I didn't need the public defender's office.
All right, you got everything done you were supposed to do? All right, Mr. Hendricks?
Yeah, I believe he appeared on phone last time. I think I called him.
Okay.
Just so we can update the courts. This is the 7th court date for this DOP. When I looked at this yesterday, we just had court costs were still outstanding as of yesterday. In November, he did pay off the probation fees that are on the allegation. In December, he did complete solace care counseling that's on the affidavit. We just have the 370 outstanding. I haven't received for that yet.
You paid that today?
Yes.
All right.
Then, I could just look at this real quick.
Of course. Yeah, take your time.
Looks like the remaining court costs are being pulled out. At this point, recommend to the state and the courts to go ahead and dismiss the DOP.
All right. Mr. Singo, do you concur with the with probation's recommendation of a dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That motion is granted. I can either, fill out. No, I got a blank order here. All right, sir. Thank you for getting everything done. Probation is dismissed. Take care. Happy New Year to you. Nope. No, he's good to go. Let me just fill out the order.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, did you say you would do the order?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
No problem. Unless you can print it out here, that would make my life easier. If you can't, I'll just fill it out. Kind of.
If you wouldn't mind filling it out, Your Honor.
I don't mind.
Thank you.
Are you going to say anything other than state's motion to dismiss BOP is granted? I think that'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Short, sweet, and to the point.